Hello everyone and welcome back for RimWorld A16 Season 3. When we last left off, we had landed on a new planet and actually got a decent starting location. So we're going to unpause it, go ahead and get going in a minute. Plans for this episode: get meals production going, get research going, try and shore up our defenses just a little bit. Here goes nothing. We do want to make sure, go ahead and haul all this stuff in. Last thing we want is someone using all that as cover. Same thing with these little nooks that are created by these little outcroppings. We don't want people hiding behind them. Our little visitor is leaving. He'll wander off to the edge of the map and go. Oh, Godfrey thinks you should give your faction a name. What should your faction be called? I don't know how to pronounce that, but I'll go ahead and leave it as it is. Since it looks like you'll be here for a while, Godfrey also thinks you should give your community a name. Now, in Alpha 16, we can actually have multiple colonies. It's a bit of a ways away from happening, but so what it is we have our faction name, which is what all our colonies collectively would be called, and then we have what our actual little village would be named. Now, we are not in a desert, so I'm going to go ahead and change that to at the forest. At the mountains, because it's more mountainous than forests. There we go. Our faction is now Mayagez, and this community is known as Wutao at the Mountains. I apologize for pronunciation in advance. I cannot pronounce things to save my life. They're all working on their mining, clearing out these little things, harvesting the resources. Looks like there's actually a pretty good bit of steel here, which is nice. We don't have to send anybody all the way across the map to get it. We struck the compacted machinery up here. Oh, there's actually some gold here. Oh, even better, we have a crashed ship chunk. We can deconstruct that, get a little bit of resources and a little bit of components. Yep, 30 steel and 8 components, which we actually probably should get hauled in soon. Wow, this is a lot of steel. That is great. Have them keep working on that. And they're also chopping trees. Nothing much going on right now. So we want an electric stove right here. And a simple research bench. Go right there. I'm going to go ahead and give them a chair for each of... a stool. We don't need a chair. Missed the first place. And a second stool right here. If I remember correctly, adding a... oh. We have a mad animal. A local hare has gone mad. It'll attack anyone it sees. It's trying to go after Feral. Well, he's our best hunter with a spear. He's going to go after the hare. Look at that. He killed it in a single stab. He cut off its neck with a spear. Oh my goodness. That reminds me, we also need to get a butchering table. I'm going to place that right over here, right next to the cooking table, and give it a bench as well. Or a stool. I have two types of stools. We have the regular stool, which is in the vanilla game, and then linkable stools, which is a mod, which lets me just build long benches. Alright, for the electric stove, I want to cook fine meals until we have 10, and then cook simple meals forever. And I'm going to raise the required cooking on that to a 7. That way we don't have anyone with a really low cooking trying to make them. I'm okay with lower people with cooking doing butchering though, even if it means less meat. Just so we have someone else doing the job and it's not just one person. Speaking of butchering, butcher creature. I'm also going to move this to, what's it called? I'm going to have them put animal corpses here. Not mechanoid corpses. And I need to actually take food, raw food anyway, and meals other than packaged ones off of this stockpile, so they'll move the stuff indoors. Or into the freezer anyway, where it'll be kept fresh. You butcher the hare, they'll be able to hide from that. Yeah, see, now they're hauling in all that wood and other goodies. Wow, there was even more steel back there? That's a good vein to find at the start. Now for research, we wanted to get stone cutting. Oh, I forget we start with that now. Instead, we will work on microelectronic basics. And for production, I want a stone cutter's bench. Table. There we go. That can be placed... I wanted to have room for a bench, or a stool. There we go, that'll work. This is just like a makeshift workshop storage area. It's a mess. And once that's done, we can start working on all these stone chunks. So add build. Make any stone blocks. Do forever. And I want the radius just set so it'll capture this area. And when someone has an open research job, they will run over to there, grab a stone chunk. Oh, see, there goes Vissla right now. Now for our research people, that's Oxen and Vissla. I'm going to put Vex and Starlight on it as well. They don't have amazing research, but as long as we get some work done. Oh. We actually filled up our stockpile. Because, now see, there's some things that deteriorate when they're outside and some things that don't. Steel is one thing that doesn't. I'm going to put a steel stockpile outside. It's a little risky because raiders could potentially come and steal our steel. But, and stone blocks are the same way. But that way we'll actually free up room for it indoors. So we take steel and stone blocks off. So they'll move all the steel outdoors. We could probably expand this storage area a little bit. For right now, it's okay. Not much to do at night. Everyone's just sleeping. They won't be huge fans of their small rooms, but they're only in them for at night, so it really doesn't matter. I actually just remembered. We have night owls. They do not want to be awake during the day. And if we can find one... Oxen. So like once she wakes up... Well, it's still early in the morning, I guess. But she will eventually get a buff, which is a debuff that is awake during the day. Which we don't really want. So I'm going to go through and find all my night owls and change their schedule. So we have Emma, Oxen, Starlight, and Godfrey. We actually have 4 night owls. So we want to go to restrict and basically just flip their schedules. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 hours of sleep. It was Godfrey, Starlight, Oxen, and Vissla, so the 4 people on the right. So we want 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's center that a little bit more. 4 on each side. Yep. So we can actually just copy this. So Vissla, Starlight, Godfrey. There we go. Now they all pretty much sleep during the day and be awake at night. Or do stuff as they need it. Oh, Feral started a social fight with Starlight. That is not good because they are actually 2 really strong melee people. Had kind words bestowed by Starlight. This drove Feral into a rage. I'm assuming that's because of bloodlust. Because, yeah, he gets into a rush from hurting people and never minds the sight of blood or death. He's twice as likely to start a social fight. So, despite the fact that they actually like each other, they start a fight. So, Feral has been bruised, Starlight's been bruised, and thankfully neither of them badly injured each other. So they're all going to go rest, and Starlight's actually going to go give Feral medical aid. Our other doctor is Vex, who, once he finds an open job, yeah, he'll go treat Starlight. That's good. Yep. And they're going to rest until they're healed, which I'm okay with. Emma's doing some stone cutting. Vissla's relaxing sociably. Trying to keep her joy stat pretty high. This is a pretty ugly interior, so none of them are really happy with it. Where's everybody? Oh, they're out hauling stuff in. That's alright. Oh, we have another crashed ship chunk, which we'll have to pull out for. And some steel, which we can go pick up. Now, we built the vents earlier. I'm going to go ahead and build 2 coolers. Oh, we had a Wanderer join. This is Godwin, a paramedic, a neurotic paramedic with a chemical interest. We actually have a good doctor now. Only problem is she is nude with a knife. So we have no clothes for her right now. We need to build a room for her, actually. And we don't have a room currently the way we built rooms. Oh dear. I was hoping someone would have shacked up with each other by now. Apparently not. So you will get a bed in the common area. And that's another thing we need to get. We need a growing zone. Ah. One thing I forgot. We have the tilled soil mod, which actually lets us create proper farmland, which helps boost growing speed of things. If I can get another 7x7 zone somewhere. Nope, move it up one more. 7x7. 7x7. And that'll probably be good for that. So we'll get 2 more growing zones. I'm actually gonna make them both cotton for right now. That way we can start working on actually getting clothes made. So as time goes on, our clothes will deteriorate and we'll want to replace them. And until then, Godwin's gonna get a little bit of a mood debuff due to being naked. And for her, for work, yeah, she's fine as she is. She's a good doctor, though. She gets a normal bed, but it's a crappy bedroom. We'll wake her up while she's asleep. Why have they not built the vents? Oh, there they go. These vents will just try to help keep it a little cooler inside. And because of the actual vents, it should spread to these rooms. I'm also going to build a single heater, just to make sure if temperatures drop too low, like during the winter, it'll all be up. Construction failed. That's the only downside to having people work on things when they have low stats. They can fail and can lose some resources. Right now, though, that's not a giant problem as we have a lot of resources. See if I can squeeze a wind turbine in here. I don't want to overlap my fields, so we'll just mine this out, and we can build one right in this little alleyway, or this little pathway. Now the actual input-output areas, or the front and back of the turbines, can overlap things, or at least fields anyway, but they cannot, the turbine itself can't be placed on top of anything, because they'll clear it out. So look at that mined out. Put a no roof area here, so if there's a roof over it, they'll deconstruct it. Oh, that's an overhead mountain area. So we actually can't build the turbine with one of its tiles there. We can build one more forward though. We should have to clear out all the area in front of it now. So right here, and that should make us enough room for it. We'll see. We can expand our little outdoor stockpile to fill up that. We'll get that all mined out pretty fast. As long as none of this is overhead mountain. See, it's not spinning because this is blocked by roof. So here we do need to put the no roof zone. And they'll tear the roof down, and it'll start spinning. And we actually probably should remember to wire that up. So power circuits, just run a wire right on up. Now wind power is a little unstable. You never know if you're going to have power or if you won't have power. But it can give us power at night, and otherwise produce a lot of power. We're once again completely full indoors because we have a lot of wood. Probably should have built a fueled cooking place, so it'll be alright. Now there is one other thing the tilled soil mod does allow. We haven't researched it yet, but if we get terrain rehabilitation, it allows us to build actual soil. They're all going about their duties. All our night owls are actually sleeping. Which is good, because that means they'll be more productive at night, and they actually get a mood buff at night. Night owl awake during the night. Oh, we have our first little harvest of stuff coming in. That is great. I'm actually going to have Feral kill this rabbit. Oh, of course. He gets attacked by the rabbit. He doesn't kill it in one shot this time. He cut off its tail, though. Nope. And he downed it, because he cut off its front right leg. Go ahead and kill it. Oh, he killed it. He did get bit, So he's going to go rest, and unfortunately that will use some of our medicine. I'm actually going to say don't use medicine because that's just a small cut. A little band-aid will be fine. Yeah, he's fine. Oh, we actually have a raid. A group of pirates from the Shiv men have arrived nearby. They'll prepare for a while and then attack. Early on, it's one person. 36-year-old minstrel with a club. It's a sanguine aesthetic. I'm not terribly worried. We have our group of melee people who can beat him down if he gets too close. I'm just going to let my people work for right now, and once he gets closer, we'll actually draft everybody, put him behind the sandbags. Nope. Mental break. Fire starting spree. Vex. Despite being incredibly happy, he had a small mental break. And because Vex is a pyromaniac, he is going to go start fires in places. Okay, we got everybody who can on firefighting. Firefighting area is set to home zone, which is all this space. So like, he's going to go around starting little fires. And people, well, it's raining, thankfully, so if they're outdoors, they'll get put out. He's just going to keep lighting fires. We're going to keep getting alerts for that. Yeah. More fires. More fires. And he's out of the fire starting spree. Okay. And here comes the assault. So we want to draft everybody. Godfrey, you have a small shiv. You can stay back inside the base. We want all our shooters. So Vex, Oxen, Visla, Starlight. I want our melee people behind them. So Farrell, Emma, and Godfrey. Now chances are we will kill the guy before he gets close enough to actually get into melee range. I'm going to go just slow time down for now. He's actually moving pretty fast. Ah, that's why. In a recent alpha, Tynan added drugs. This guy is a Gogue Juice addict, so he has a bonus to moving, sight, and consciousness. And if we check, he's actually carrying some Gogue Juice. That's actually a thing we need to think about real quick. For drug policy, I don't want people doing drugs. Now, this ranges for everything from alcohol to smoke leaf, which is basically marijuana, and other things like that. A lot of them have side effects. Now, we do have a problem. Godwin, our paramedic, has chemical interest. Basically, even if we tell him no drugs, he's gonna want to try. He's gonna want to try drugs. He's gonna get in range of our rifles, and they actually missed every single shot. Oh. They hit him. He's been hit in the torso and the heart. Yes, he's gonna. And we got him. Farrell actually liked that. Witnessed death with bloodlust. I saw someone die. That was intense. While everybody else... Well, it used to be they'd get a trait where they don't like people seeing people die, but I guess that's been changed. So I'm going to haul the club in. He has no clothes. There's a bit of drugs, however. So what I will do is I'm going to build... Well, once the rain clears, we can build a fire and actually burn the drugs. As for the body itself, we need to build put some graves up here. Now, see, they're all unhappy because they're looking at a body. Thank God, they're going to go dig the graves, and one of them will haul the body to the grave. And now, oh, no, we don't want them putting human bodies, just animal bodies. I've checked those boxes earlier. So there's now a shoddy grave for Tao the Minstrel from the Shiv men, who incredibly hate us. But I think that's going to be the end of this episode. Thank you again for watching, everybody, and stay tuned for the next one. Take care.